So I kind of wanted to add to the conversation that Phil Johnson started. You can check out the link to his video below. And he was talking about music and what was the first piece of music that you purchased, and what was the first music that you remember that influenced you. And he had a really good story about buying his first CD and listening to the first, buying his first album, one that really impacted him. And it kind of, he started to connect with music. Before that, he didn't really have an interest in music, or kind of didn't get it, I guess. And I kind of wanted to add to that conversation. So I myself, I'm a musician. I have a YouTube channel with my originals and covers, and I'll put a link to that below as well. And I've been in love with music, I think, ever since I can remember. Ever since, I don't know, watching Disney movies and like wanting to sing along, and listening to my dad play in the choir and have his guitar and karaoke. Filipinos are so serious about karaoke. It's incredible. It's insane sometimes too, and annoying sometimes as well. But I guess what I wanted to say is, to me, I love a lot of types of music. If you scrolled through my iTunes, if you scrolled through my iPhone, you would see music from all different types of genres. I mean, there's stuff like there's drum and bass, there's jungle, there's acoustic, there's rock, there's screamo, there's emo, there's pop, there's whatever, man. You'll hear everything. There's everything, and a lot of it has been from a specific time and not necessarily like my taste now, and I can still have an appreciation for it and blah 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 whatever, right? But I guess the point is, I've always been willing to open up and explore new sounds, new melodies, new ideas, new lyrics, new words, new interpretations of this beautiful language, source of way of communicating, which is music. And just recently, a friend of mine, Nicholas, he got me into country, and for the longest time, I did not get country, aside from how hot Shania Twain was, and there's not really much. Like, there's not really much that I know about country. I just know about the twangy voice, and I can't. I mean, like, I'm not trying to insult, country music or whatever. But it's just something that I never understood. And this summer, he had me listen to Keith Urban, and I had an album of Keith Urban that I purchased on my iTunes for like years ago, and I just never had a chance to really get into it or kind of let it, give it a listen. And only now do I have a wicked appreciation for Keith Urban, who's the freaking bomb, man. I love the guy. I love his music. I love what he's saying and how honest and vulnerable he is in his music, in his songs. And even I guess like a year ago, I was in Trinidad and Tobago for my friend's wedding. Mark and Audrey had a wedding in Trinidad and Tobago, and they love soca music in Trinidad and Tobago. And in my head, I kind of understand what soca is, like, and I could dance to it. I can, I could, it feels good. But I didn't really get it until I was there. I did not get it. When I started to hear it and feel it and the energy, and it's like people of all ages, it doesn't matter, like they're all dancing. They're all just moving, just dancing, and everyone's just having a good time, and everyone's drinking, and everyone like has their hands up and spinning their towels, and I did not get soca music until I was there and I experienced it, and I love it, and it's awesome. I don't necessarily have it in my collection right now because I don't really know what to look for, but that's whatever the case may be. My brother got me into crazy like screaming music with guys who just have like crazy voice, like you can't even understand what they're talking about. It's all like it sounds demonic. They sound possessed. But yeah, like to this day, one of my most favorite bands is Alexisonfire, and I saw their last show as a band last Christmas or last winter. I guess what I want to say about music is that when you allow yourself to open up to different kinds of music, then you're able to have different communications, ways of thinking, ways of being, melodies, to enter into you. You're being open to it, and you're receiving it. And I think there's something to be said about what you're listening to. There's a lot of music with very negative content. There's pop music today that have meaningless garbage that they're spitting out in their lyrics. There's some really very beautiful, eloquent, incredible meaning in some music as well. But to me, I'd say one of the coolest things that I've realized and become more aware of, and have been using it as a tool, because I teach yoga as well, so I'm using music as a tool, and for my coaching experiences I'm using music as a tool, and my coach Philip McKernan has used music as a tool for the retreat that we were on last year, and I can't believe how powerful it is. So what I have to say about music is that it has a very incredible power to have an emotional anchor. Music has a very powerful way of being an emotional anchor. You know that moment when an old song plays and you're reminded of the time and place and people that you were with when that music was a hit, when that song was a hit, when you loved that song, when you listened to it every day, when you played it out and you spammed that thing, you played it every day, multiple times a day. So I think it's important that you realize how powerful it is as an emotional anchor. And so what I've started to do that you might want to do is to start thinking about playlists for different seasons, for different purposes. I have playlists for every season. So now it's fall, we're entering fall. So I'm starting to compile a list of maybe 20 to 30 songs for fall. Something that I love listening to right now, that's current with me right now. It could be old songs, it could be new songs, it could be whatever, from different genres, but it's just things that I love listening to right now. And then as time goes by, I just continue to make new playlists. For every yoga class, I make new playlists. But what's really cool is when I want to have like a nostalgic, or if I want to reminisce about a certain time, I just go back to those playlists, I hit play, and you're right back there. And it's really cool. And maybe the other thing that you try doing is meditating to a specific song. I got this idea from Tim Ferriss. He wrote, he mentioned in numerous occasions that he meditates to 1999 by Prince. Tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999. So he puts that in his headphones and he listens to that and meditates to it and does deep breathing and thinks about what he's grateful for every single morning. I shared the other day on my Facebook that the one I like to meditate to every morning is Edwin's song Alive. So you search for that one in YouTube, like such positive lyrics about being alive and how incredible it is to be alive. So use it as part of your environment, use it as an emotional anchor, use it to create vibe, use it to create ambiance, use it to set your mood for the day, for your workouts. Be very specific. Don't just let the radio tell you what's good, what's popular, what's good to listen to. Take control over it. Choose. Ask around, ask people. And you'll find some really cool experiences from practicing this new awareness about music.